fortunate to dive in and play a whole lot of World Slayer, and today I'm going to tell you guys if it's worth you spending your money in picking up the DLC. Welcome to another No BS review. Today we're going to be diving in and taking a closer look at Outriders WORLDSLAYER. And since this is a no BS review, I'm actually going to give you the score before we dive into it. This DLC gets an 80 out of 100. If you want to find out how we actually got to that number, well, let's dive in and talk about WORLDSLAYER. WORLDSLAYER brings a whole brand new plethora of stuff that we're going to be able to have access to within this DLC. Number one is the campaign. We're going to talk a little bit about the campaign. Now, I personally felt, guys, after playing the campaign, I felt that the campaign was very short. It was very interesting. It gave us a little bit lore. It gave us a little bit more incentive on the stuff that's been happening within the world. But I personally felt the storyline to be very short. With all the cutscenes, the campaign usually takes between an hour and a half to 2 hours. If you remove the cutscenes, then it's going to take you roughly like about an hour to complete, which is not bad because if you plan on leveling all 4 different characters, it makes it a very smooth transaction of you being able to speedrun all your 4 characters without taking too long to cover the storyline. Now, granted, if you've never played this game before, you still have the campaign to go over from the vanilla Outriders all the way in here, so you will be getting a lot of bang for your money if you guys are playing new players. Now, if you're a returning player, I just want to let you guys know the campaign is very short, very cool cutscenes, but just keep that in mind. Now, the good thing about Outriders is the fact that the campaign is not so much the bread and butter of the game. The bread and butter of the game, of course, is the end game, and that's where I'm going to be spending the majority of the time of my review in, because I'm pretty sure that's where you guys want to know. As you may already know, one of the biggest things about Outriders is being able to go into a specific area and better your builds. Now, speaking of builds, we're going to be talking about the gear, the new Apocalypse gear, but first I want to talk about its endgame called the Trials of Tarya Gratar. The Trial of Tarya Gratar is a whole brand new different area from Outriders that we've never had access to, and this particular area has us going through a set of different dungeons. As you guys see right here in the image, you will start at a starting point, which is the entrance, and from there, guys, you're going to make it into the World Lord's Contour. Now, this particular area, guys, you're going to be able to decide what path you want to take. Now, the cool thing about this, guys, is that this areas have these things called troves. Now, these troves are identified by these little pyramids. And as you guys see here, each trove will provide you a specific reward. For example, this is going to give you boots. This will give you chest piece. This will give you, helmets and so forth and so forth. So if you want to target a specific loot, you're able to go to each individual area. Currently, from my playthrough and the stuff that I played, these are actually pretty rewarding. They do give you a large amount of that set item. The only thing I found when playing the troves is they're not that rewarding as I thought they would be. I pretty much just kind of I'm currently right now just speed running through everything just because I feel like it's a little bit more rewarding. But talking about the Tarya Gratar, it's the main thing is, guys, let's say you take this pathway. So you have 2 options. You can either go here to the Temple of the Anomaly, or you could go to the Mausoleum. You can only go one. You cannot do both. But once you guys finish one of these 2, you're able to progress here. Now, as you progress, there will be a boss you will have to encounter as you progress here. Now, you only have 3 attempts to actually complete this. If you don't complete this within the 3 attempts, you're going to go ahead and be sent back to the camp, and you're going to have to better your builds. Speaking of builds, that is where things get a little bit interesting, because within the class skill tree, we get the option of 2 different things. We get a pack system. The pack system basically breaks down into a mini skill tree that gives you a different way of actually approaching the game and a different way of actually building the game, which makes build diversity very effective and very good. For example, let's take a look at my Devastator build that I have going here, guys. I have builds for all characters, so you guys definitely want to make sure you know what are the best builds. Make sure you guys keep it locked on the channel. But over here, guys, I just want to show you real quick. I'm going to be incrementing my seismic ability, and just by going this particular route, it allows me to not only get more anomaly damage when I use my seismic ability, but it also allows me, guys, to be able to get shields when I do it. And it also allows me, guys, to bring down the cooldown of my abilities a lot faster, so making me spam those abilities. Now, there are different packs that are available here, and I have a separate video where I cover all the packs points, so you guys are definitely going to want to check that out. Now, in addition to the packs points, we get a new thing called Ascension. Now, Ascension, what it does, guys, it makes you get even more powerful, because there are a total of 4 different areas. We have Anomaly, Endurance, Brutality, and Prowess. Now, each particular area is divided into 5 different subclasses. Now, if you play the game entirely, you're going to be able to deck all these out. You're going to max these out 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. But as you progress throughout the game, you're definitely going to be able to prioritize which ones you are going to be better for what type of specific build you're leaning towards. And I have a separate video going over the ascension points and what are the best spending spots that I feel you should spend your first 50 points in to be able to better your build and better out your character. Now that we took a look at the classes, let's talk about stuff very awesome, which is the ability of being able to get stuff kind of called Apocalypse. Now, Apocalypse gear has a whole set of different options and gives us a different plethora of options to be able to play as a character and also make some builds very viable when it comes to the character. For example, let's take a look at this Death Shield that I was able to pick up. As you guys know, Death Shield is very powerful, and now I'm able to run the Death Shield with 2 mods that make it even really powerful. Not only do I have Fortress in here, I have Moaning Winds here, and I have Ultimate Damage Link. This makes it like a very OP and a god roll Death Shield in my personal opinion, and that's the new thing that the game has added. No longer are you hunting down a specific item. Now that you have to hunt down legendaries, you also have to hunt down god rolls, and you also have to hunt down Apocalypse, making the replayability of the game very effective because there's a lot of stuff that you're able to get and modify to make certain builds that weren't viable before viable now that you have that third mod, and to make even more powerful builds that are currently already powerful. I think this is a very awesome thing that they added, and this 3 mod system actually makes a lot of stuff doable. Even some mem builds will be really popular because they're going to be very effective when you're playing. Now, in addition to that, guys, they went ahead and buffed and nerfed a couple things as well. And one of the things I want to make sure I point out and let you guys know is that every item right here, guys, got incremented to the amount that you're able to carry. No longer are you capped at 999. As you see, my drop pods are 1,000,000.6. And I'm pretty sure this might go even higher because I had it like at 2.5. Now, I have a way of actually farming the drop pods. Well, I'll share a video for you guys later on throughout the week. But definitely, guys, there is really good incentive. Now, in addition to that, guys, we have a new thing called Anomaly Extract. These are crystals that are going to help you enhance your anomaly gear and also help you buy Apocalypse gear. Now, I would be doing a disservice, guys, if I didn't mention this, because I have to say, after playing a lot of looted shooters and playing a lot of games, I have to commend People Can Fly because the amount of detail that they put onto these brand new armor sets that come out, I am telling you, I played games like Destiny. I played games that have weapons and have stuff that come out, and there are mostly majority of them get reskinned. The amount of detail that some of these weapons have when you actually view these weapons and you see the detail is extremely amazing. Look at this weapon, guys. It is awesome. Not only that, because I have to point it out because I do play a lot of games, and when you look at these games, guys, and you look at this gear, you see the detail that was put into that specific gear, and you're like, wow. Okay, so they took their time to actually make this gear and make it stand out, which is pretty awesome and pretty amazing if you ask me. I think it's something that we definitely need to point out because there are certain games that don't take this level of detail as People Can Fly could do. Now, one thing I gotta mention that doesn't get mentioned quite a lot is this game in particular, guys, has the best transmog system ever. You could pretty much customize anything to whatever you want. And there are games like that, I'm going to mention Destiny again, that do not have this type of level of detail and this level of transmog. This is why I believe if Outriders keeps this pace, if we finally get a roadmap, which I hope we get a roadmap after this DLC, telling us every 4 months or every 3 months, we'll be getting a brand new DLC, we'll be getting something, I believe that this might be the next Destiny. And I know some of you guys might be scratching your head like, what do you mean this might be the next Destiny? If you look at the trajectory Destiny had in prior to becoming the thing that it became, it took like about a year and a half for actually to get people to come back into the game, play it more often, because when it first shipped in vanilla Destiny, a lot of people played it for 2 months and then dropped off. Very similar to this game. Now, with the additions that this game is getting added, I believe if we get a roadmap and for some reason we get like some sort of raid or some sort of big dungeon, this game is going to take off and it's going to compete with Destiny. Trust me, if they do it right and if they call your boy Laser, 100%, this might just be the Destiny killer because there's not that thing where you have to log in and grind every single day. You can play this at your pace without a problem. Now, speaking of playing this at a pace without a problem, you're definitely going to want to make sure you stay tuned to everything that has to do with Outriders, builds, how to farm, how to level up fast. That's why you need to click on all these videos that are popping up right now on the screen to help you in your journey in Outriders. Let me know who you're playing as, who do you plan on maining in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the review, and I'll catch you guys later.